Hi Case, my name is Brandi Ricks and I manage the Point Apartments in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Today I'm going to be going over a few tricks that I've learned on how to properly train a leasing agent. Leasing agents are the faces of our community and we couldn't do it without them. Their name says it all, they lease apartments. So the first step in the training is teaching the agents their product, your property. I always start off by going over the floor plans in our brochure. I let them know how many floor plans we have of each size and the differences in pricing. All the apartment amenities and the community amenities are listed on the side as well. Next, I take them on a guided tour of these amenities and show them the models where I can point out the differences and the pros and cons of each of our models. After the model tour, I always let them tour the other floor plans on their own. I give them a property map marked with a list of vacant units and the keys to the apartment. I asked them to write down their favorite features in the apartment as well as any negative features that they see. I also asked them to write down as many differences between the floor plans that they can find. By going alone, they don't feel rushed through the process and they'll be able to take their time. When they come back to the office, we sit down and discuss all the things on their list. I help them turn the negative aspects of each floor plan into positive things. By the end of the conversation, they have notes that they will rely on when they're working with prospects to find them in their new home. The second thing that new agents need to learn is how to lease every single location on your property. Every building has its pros and cons. Try having office discussions about the locations that come up as they pop up on notice. Everyone has got different opinions about locations. It's beneficial to listen to everyone's opinion of them. Some apartments may have locations with spectacular views overlooking a pretty pond or the property pool. In this case, Unit 2151 here at the Point has both views from its window. Others may be a little more difficult to rent. This building is a little more secluded than the first building that I showed you, but it is the best place for a resident to really get in touch with nature. By the way, this is not actually a building that belongs to Case & Associates. It's actually an abandoned hospital in Mississippi, but hey, I got the point across. Being able to lease every location is one of the keys to being an excellent leasing agent. Another way to teach new agents how to make less desirable units look more appealing is by playing leasing games such as leasing tic-tac-toe. I select 9 available apartments and put 1 apartment in each of the spaces, but I make sure that the hardest one to lease is placed in the middle square. When an agent leases an apartment on the board, they get to claim that square. They know which apartments they need to lease to win the game, and they learn how to turn the cons into pros very quickly. A grand prize of a $100 Visa gift card is a wonderful incentive to the winner. The third thing that new agents need to learn is how to listen to their prospects. Teaching agents to listen to the minor details that prospects share with them is the key to helping them find the perfect home. For example, a first floor apartment on the back side of a building facing the woods may be an uncomfortable location for some people with safety concerns, but it may be the perfect location for someone else who prefers a quiet location with a pretty view. It is important for agents to know that proper placement means happy residents who will be more likely to renew once their lease is up. After the first week, agents are trained on basic resident-related tasks such as lease renewals, 30-day notice submissions, entering work orders, and completing lease work properly. Learning all these things can be overwhelming, and some people are terrified of making mistakes. Albert Einstein once said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." There's no need to feel intimidated by Yardie or Blue Moon. Mistakes are just part of the learning process. I just ask them that they come to me whenever they realize that they have a mistake so I can correct it and show them how to avoid making the same mistake in the future. Every Monday, I audit each move-in file from the week before. I check for errors to make sure that nothing's missing from the file. I make sure the application's complete and all the documents are there. Also make sure that there are no missing signatures in the lease work. For example, let's say that an agent forgets to sign a security deposit refund down at the bottom. Let's say they also forgot to get a resident initial right here. These things have to be corrected, right? Well, When I find errors, I make a list of things that need to be completed. I put them on a sticky note, and then I put the file back on the leasing agent's desk. I let the agent make the correction, and they're the ones in charge of getting the resident to come in and initial the security deposit refund. Fixing it myself would be so much easier. It'd be quick, I could just stick it back there and it's done. But if I don't teach them what they're doing wrong, how will they ever learn? Last but not least, don't stop training your leasing agents. Once they master their leasing agent duties, begin training them how to do your job. As property managers, it's our job to prepare them for opportunities for advancement within Case and Associates. Leasing agents turn into assistant managers turn into property managers. How can they do a property manager's job if they don't know what property managers do? They can't, and that's where we come in.